Okay, as I was talking a while ago, our discussion for today will focus on actually loaded tide column, no? And can you please open your textbook, our textbook, yung kay Dit Gilsanias textbook. I told you to have a copy of that. Paki-open nyo nga. Because I will be discussing something about it. Yan. So, paki-open nyo lang. And kindly open also all your screens, all your camera. All cams open, class. As if we're in the school. Henova, everyone. Leonor, Magno, Garcia, Ortigas. Okay, kindly open your cam, everyone. Okay. Yan. Okay, can you see it now? Yan, this is now the design and analysis of RC column. Okay, this is our topic for today. What is a column? So basically, to define a column, it is a vertical structural member which is normally subjected to compression and serve as a support. So bakit siya tinawag na support? Because it holds, or shall I say, it supports beams. Okay? Either continuous or discontinuous beams, no? On opposite side, no? Okay, so technically that is the aim of the column, to support all load transmitted by the beam to the column. And hence, interacting with it, basically, it produces strength in the analysis. Why? Because it must produce a stress in order to support the load transmitted from this particular horizontal beam and other structural components such as slab, roofing. Okay, they are the ones. These columns are the ones who are supporting them. No, eventually, no. Now there are two types of failures in the column which we shall try to acknowledge. The first one is the crashing in the column. So basically, when we talk about crashing, pag sinabing crashing kasi, once it's subjected to a compressive force, specifically, I don't know kung meron kayong material testing, no? But in civil engineering course, we have that kind of material testing in which the students are required to test specimens na tinatawag, no? One of the specimens that we use is the concrete specimens. So in concrete specimens, we subject the concrete into what we call compressive force using UTM. So what is UTM? UTM is the Universal Testing Machine. I hope that you have seen this kind of equipment. You try to visit a laboratory testing center or laboratory shop to see the testing materials that we are using for different construction materials. Okay, not only for concrete but other even types of materials, no, such as wood, steel, and so on and so forth. So ito, pag binagsakan ng UTM to, the concrete will crash. Eventually, pag nag-crash na siya, okay, due to applied of load from the UTM, Universal Testing Machine, it will crack. So pag nag-crack yun, it means that it has reached is what we call compressive strength. Ayan. So ito yung one way of testing, no? Yung pag using this UTM to determine its optimum, or shall I say maximum compressive strength. Yun. Number one yun. Next one is buckling in the column. So what is buckling naman? So in the figure to the right side, okay, buckling means that when a certain column, again, with respect to its length, o yung height niya, no? So the longer the height of the column, it is more prone to buckling. And buckling means that displacement. Nagkakaroon siya ng lateral displacement naman, no? So it will tend to move sideways, no? So again, that is also one of the failures in the column, that excessive buckling of the column can also lead to its failure. So there are a lot of consideration that we have to understand why column failed, bakit nagkakaroon ng failure in the column, no? And these are the two important failures in the column. Next, there are also different kinds of column. Marami yan, no? To name a few, number one, we have the isolated or individual column. Usually, yung mga Meralco electrical posts are a good example of this, no? Individual siya, no? Okay? Then we have also structural frame system. Ayun, pag may structural frame system, yan, it consists of beams and columns, no? Either two-dimensional or three-dimensional space frame. So technically, column is the vertical component, no? While beam is the horizontal one. Although they might be the same because they are still part of what integral part of the structural system of the building, no? In the analysis of structural frames, we have considered the following. Okay, basically, we have the three-moment equation. I think I have taught you about this in our theory of structure. We have the MDM. So MDM, yung moment distribution method, if you can recall. Ginamit natin to. I taught you how to analyze frame using continuous beam and frames using moment distribution method. And then we have slope deflection method. And then we have also software such as MicroPayApp. Okay, and recently we have the STAAD, no? By three-dimensional frame, we have the STAAD, ETAB, and other software such as MIDAS. So these are the things that we are using now, especially in structural engineering, no? For the analysis of frame. Okay, now likewise, how do we classify column? So number one, and the first type of classification is what we call as the axially loaded column. So ito muna, dito tayo mag-concentrate, no, sa axially loaded. And for axially loaded column, there are some basic assumptions. Okay, number one, the load is acting at the center of gravity of the column. So kung square siya, square or rectangular column, assume mo na lang na yung column is acting on the center line, sa gitna. Okay, or the centroid, center of gravity, no? Usually, kalahati lang naman of the total depth and the width ang corresponding location niya, no? Okay. I will send this to our email later on, no? Okay, number two, end of the column are simply supported, not medyo naktakpan, no? Or hinge. Okay? Hinge or simply supported. Okay? Basically, no? So, yun ang ends of the column, no? Meaning to say, hinge to hinge yun. Hinge or pin in most cases. Pag pin sa mga anito, just like in truss, no? Okay. Third, the cross-sectional area of the column are constant from top to bottom, or is constant, I mean, no? Should be is singular. Yung cross-sectional area niya is constant throughout the entire span, no? Fourth, material use is homogeneous. Although, in principle, we have reinforced concrete. Mayroon siyang combination of concrete and steel. But nevertheless, ang dominant naman kasi rito yung concrete, no? And then the fifth one is that basically, we also consider that materials, aside from all of these four aspects, consider din natin na that there is no bending moment or moment is neglected in the column. Lagay natin na lang dito. Moment is neglected or is negligible in the column. Kasi all particular structural frames or structural components all structural component is always subjected to different types of stresses, no, or force. mentioned by Singer in Mechanics of Deformable Body or Strength of Materials. Ayun nga. What are they? We have the axial load, tensional compression. We have shear. Okay. We have bending moment. Okay. We have also torsional moment. Okay. We have also deflection, and so on and so forth. No, yan. These are the 5 types of forces and deformation that normally occurs in the member. So ito, i-consider natin sa axially loaded column, we will not recognize or neglect simply the bending moment. There are different types of RC column. Number 1, we have the plain concrete pedestal. Okay, pag plain concrete pedestal, usually they are used to support, shall I say, steel footing, okay, or steel frame, not footing, I'm sorry, steel frame, no? So yan ang purpose ni plain concrete pedestal, no? Connected to the footing, and then it is also a column, just like a short tide column, okay, where there is reinforcement or no reinforcement at all. But to be sure, we have still provide minimum required reinforcement pa rin, no, in order to support the load coming subjected to this particular footing. No? The second one is the tide column. Ito, yan ang pag-usapan natin, yung tide column. No? Now, it can be a form of square or rectangular. Yan. Or perhaps spiral column, circular. No? So these are the things that we are going to discuss later on. Okay. Next, we have the tide reinforced around steel core. So basically, may reinforced concrete tapos mayroong steel core sa labas. May bakal. Okay? Ngayon lang. Okay. May steel core naka-ano sa labas, naka-enclave sa labas, no? Okay, additional support that will serve as additional support, either tied or spiral, reinforced around steel core column. Ang pag-spiral naman, circular to, by the way. Di-discuss ko rin to mamaya. Okay, circular naman to, no? Then we have also structural steel encased concrete core. So these are some of the different types of reinforced concrete column. Okay. You don't have to worry. I will be sending it to you later on. Huh? Now, the formula that I'm going to consider now, okay, if this is the column, so we have the vertical reinforcement, that is the column, okay, cut portion of the column, and then this is the cross-section. So basically, from the NSCP 2010 and 15, I think the minimum required concrete cover is 40 millimeter, parang beam din, no? On all sides, ha? Don't forget, ha? And then it is also required that provide at least 4, minimum is 12 millimeter diameter bar. Dapat 4. On all corners yun, mayroong vertical bars, no? Yun, yung vertical reinforcement, the red one. Next, we have also the lateral ties. Ano man yung lateral ties? Yun yung pinaka, parang counterpart to ng stirrups in beam, no? Okay. Pag natapos tayo rito, we'll go to the stirrups. If we still have time, no? Kung meron pa tayong oras, we will go to stirrups. Pero kung wala na, I'm sorry, i-diretso na natin yung column. Hindi ko kagad matatapos, no? Then we have also the area of concrete. The area of the concrete is normally the width multiplied by the thickness. Ayan, no? Pagka sa gross area yan ng concrete, no? Or kung square naman siya, B squared, simply B squared, no? Now, AST is the area of the steel reinforcement naman yon. That is notation AST. Now, how do we create the formula to be used? So basically, this was derived from Singer's simple stress formula. Kung natatandaan nyo pa kay Singer, no? Nag-derive si Singer that sigma, which is stress, is equal to the force divided by the cross-sectional area. Okay? May I ask everyone to open their cam? Iba nakasarado. Open cam tayo, open cam. Para alam ko na nandiyan pa rin kayo. Okay. Don't close your camera. Dominic, okay, Alain, Joseph, and all others, students, okay. Then, yung PN, okay, yung P naman, in order to simplify, because we are after the nominal force, nominal load, kasi when it comes to column, ang bida rito is not the bending moment, more or less, no, but rather the nominal force of the load. Yun ang bida rito ngayon. Naalala nyo sa one-way, two-way, one-way, two-way slab, sa single reinforced at saka double reinforced concrete beam, ang bida ron yung moment. Kadalasan, yun ang basis natin for design, no? Yung nominal moment capacity. Pero in this case, since in column, we try to neglect muna yung bending moment. Hence, actually, it's a combination of axial with bending to, no? Itong diniderive natin, no? Or we're trying to study. So, wag muna natin consider yung bending moment. Purely lang muna axial. Kaya nga axially loaded, no? Axial load muna. Ha? Hence, so, yung nominal force ngayon will be equal to sigma multiplied by A. And basically, it will be divided into two. There are two parts. Kasi meron tayong sigma multiplied by the cross-sectional area due to concrete. And then we have also sigma multiplied by the area of the steel, reinforcement, yun. So there are two components. Hindi pwedeng isa lang. Dalawa sila palagi, no? But we know, technically, yung area that we are considering sa concrete is the net area. So pag sinabi nating area, it is the difference between the gross and the area of the steel. Ibawas mo raw yung area ng steel. Tanggalin mo yung area ng steel, no? And we know that sigma, or from our ultimate strength design, the maximum or the highest compressive strength that we can recognize for concrete is only 85% gamit natin sa beam, isn't it? At saka sa slab. 0.85 lang yung maximum niya o highest, no? Okay. Of the compressive strength. Therefore, kung 85% nga lang, huwag ka nalalagpas doon. Ha? So, to create now the formula, okay, for finding the nominal load is that it is equal now to okay, it is equal now to 0.85 of F prime, okay, multiplied by quantity, AG minus AST. Sabi ko nga, yung AG is the gross area of the concrete, while ASD is the area of the steel. Net area yun, okay? Then plus FY, AST. Bakit FY kagad? By the way, I forgot to mention in the assumption for column that steel yields, by the way. Hindi ko na ilagay na lang, ha? All steel yields under this condition. Inassume natin na both tension and compression bars will yield. Kasi sa basic assumption natin sa double reinforced, kung naalala niyo si double reinforced, meron tayong assumption na either tension or compression valve will yields or the other way around. Yan, ha? Ganun din naman dito, ina-assume na natin na all steel yields. So, ang gagamitin, instead of FS, we make use of FY. Ayun. Okay? Now, nagkaroon pa ng factor, na reduction factor ang NSCP. Unang factor is P. It has to be multiplied by P. Under the NSCP 2010 and 15, it is now equal to 0.65. Whereas, in 2001, it is equal to 0.7. Okay? So, see the difference, ha? So, you have to multiply it by P, which is 0.65. Okay? If we are talking about NSCP 2010 and 15. On the other hand, your reduction factor is also 80% only, or 0.8 of the total combined load, nominal load of the concrete and steel. 80% lang plus, or 0.8. Okay? So that will now give us our PU, because PU we know is piece of PN. And PN basically, yun na nga, merong Yun ang formula niya, yung 0.85 FC prime square root of AG minus AST plus FY AST. Okay, there you are. So, yun ang tawagin natin equation 1. We call it that's the first equation. Okay? Equation 1 yun. Any questions so far? So, doon natin na-derive yung formula. Madali lang na matandaan. It's very easy to memorize, no? Okay. Now, likewise, meron tong lateral ties. What is the importance of lateral ties? To resist shears. Kasi ang column, if this is the column, can you see this? My pen. Meron siyang horizontal force acting also. Hindi naman palaging vertical lang, no? So, yung horizontal force will create a shear. My finger, pointing my finger. Ayan, no? So, limbawa, ito yung horizontal force all throughout the entire span. So, kailangan mo provide ka ng stirrups or lateral ties. Sa beam, ang tawag yan, stirrups. Pero pagdating sa column naman, lateral ties ang tawag. Okay? And based on the code, okay, to determine the size of lateral ties, okay, parang ano yan, paikot yan, nakapaikot sa ni column. Yun, no? Tingnan nyo, ha? Ayun siya, oh, yun, no? Nakaikot. Okay? Sa construction, ang tawag diyang anilyo. Kung makapunta kayo sa construction job site, pag nagtanong kayo, ano ba yung nilalagay dyan sa loob ng mga bakal na yan? Minsan, kudrado yan, o close at saka open stirrups ang tawag dyan. Sandali lang, ha? Para ba lang. Yan, ang tawag dyan, lateral ties. Okay? Ayun yung nakapaikot, no? Okay, nakapaikot doon sa 4 na bakal. Okay? Horizontal siya, class. Horizontally ang lagay niya, no? Kasi vertical yung bar eh. Nakadiretso yan. Hindi ang beam naman, ang bal niyan, yung main reinforcement, horizontal. So pag sa beam naman, vertical naman yung stirrups. Okay? But they save the same kaya lang sa stirrups medyo mahaba-haba ang usapan to design it, no? Hindi katulad sa column, medyo madali-dali ang usapan dito. Yan. Specifically yung yung spacing lang naman ang hinahanap dito. Usually importante rito yung spacing. What is the normal spacing? Ano yung spacing of this particular lateral ties? Okay, sabi niya, for main bars, less than or equal to 32 mm in diameter, ang gamitin daw is 10 mm diameter. Pag ang main bars daw, 32 and below. Okay? Tandaan nyo na. Pag lumagpas ka naman ng 32, gamitin mo na is 12 mm. Yun. 12 mm na gamitin mo. Pag more than 32 na. Malalaki na yun, pang high-rise building na siguro yan, mga 32 and above. Okay? Ngayon, ano yung spacing? Tatlo lang naman yung consideration. Number 1, it should not be less than 48 times the diameter of ties. By the way, ano to, gilsan niya. Basahin nyo na yan, nandiyan yan lahat yan. No? Nakapackage na dyan. Ha? Yung mga may libro, tignan nyo, buklatin nyo, basahin nyo, nandiyan lahat, saka gilsan niya to. Itong mga sinasabi ko. Ha? Nandiyan yan. Everything is there. No? So, the spacing must be less than or equal to 48 times the diameter of ties. Okay? Yan, ha? Number 1 yun. Second, it must not be less than 16 times the diameter of vertical bars. Or the spacing must not be more than not less than, be more than 16 times the vertical times the diameter of the vertical bars. Okay? And then finally, yung least dimension. Yung pinakamaigse. Kasi minsan may rectangular column, so consider mo yung width of the column. Kung square naman, no problem. Parehas lang yun, no? Okay. So that's it. Yun ang natin for tied column, no? How about for spiral column? Okay. In the same manner, okay, ang spiral naman, sabi ni code, yung git, ano yun, no? Merong git bilog, tapos meron pang inner spiral or ang tawag natin core. Okay? So yun yung core diameter na tinatawag, no? So literally, pag sa mga when we talk about spiral, okay, pag spiral naman ang pinag-usapan, okay, technically, parehas din naman ang formula. Only difference lang yung reduction factor. Nagbabago na sa reduction factor. By the way, the concrete cover is still 40 millimeter, ha? All sides din para pagdating sa sa minimum required ng concrete cover of the steel to the concrete along the exterior face of the concrete, no? Okay, or the spiral. 40 millimeter din, pareha sila, no? All sides or all circular edge. Ngayon, ang required dito, 6 main bars ang kailangan, no? Okay. Yan. Yan ang required niya, no? Minimum of 6 main bars. Anim dapat. Pag main bars, by the way, don't forget 12 millimeter and above yan, ha? Huwag kayong gagamit ng 10. Okay, especially kung kayo magdi-design in the future, don't use 10 millimeter, no? In any structural member for main bars, no? And then this is the diameter of the spiral column, while this is the core diameter. Ano ba yung core diameter? That is the difference between the diameter minus twice the concrete cover. Yun lang, subtract mo lang yung concrete cover. So kung 40 siya, 2 times 40 is 80. Okay? Ngayon, ang pagkakaiba lang ng arrangement ng ties at saka ng spiral, by the way, ang tawag din doon sa parang lateral ties is spiral also, ha? Ayan, S niya, yung spacing niya, nakasigsag, oh. Hindi katulad sa lateral ties, diretso lang, horizontal, diretso lang yun, oh. Dito, nakasigsag siya, o diagonal. Okay, when you place it. Ang magandang example nito, by the way, yung nasunog na post office. Alam niyo yun, post office? Sino nagpupunta ron sa post office? Dito sa Manila. Sino nakabisita? Ayan. At saka during Roman Empire, ayan, sa history nyo, di ba? Ang mga column nila, circular. Okay, during the historic period na tinatawag, no? Roman Empire, okay, even perhaps in other, sa mga templo, ayan. They're using round column or spiral column. Okay? Any questions so far? Wala? Any questions? Sige, okay. I hope you can follow with the discussion. Ha? Ngayon, ang formula niya still the same. Okay, binago lang ng konti. Nagkaroon lang ng changes. Still P, this time, instead of 0.8, naging 0.85 na. Yun, no? 0.85 na. Okay, we call that the reduction factor. Then multiplied by quantity, stay the same content, 0.85 of FC prime multiplied by quantity AG minus AST plus AST of FY. So parehas, walang pinagbago, no? So nagkaroon lang ng reduction factor for PU in the spiral is yung 0.85 from 0.8 naging 0.85 from tied to spiral. Tapos also the reduction factor na P, it is also 75, both in 2001 to 2015 NSCP. Parehas, lahat ang ginamit, 0.75, no? Now, to determine the areas, by the way, yung gross area is pi over 4 d squared. Technically, alam nyo naman siguro to, no? Area of a circle. And then area of the core is pi over 4 dc squared naman. Now, how do we determine now this spacing? Ito magandang pag-usapan. From NSCP, makikita nyo ito sa NSCP class pag binuksan nyo, no? From NSCP, there is a formula for parang steel ratio to actually, no? Yung rho S niya. Okay, the minimum required steel area of steel reinforcement or rho S. So it is equal to 4AS multiplied by quantity DC minus DB over S multiplied by DC squared. So technically, since we are after the spacing, kukumputin natin. Ito kinukompute ngayon, hindi katulad kanina sa tide column, no? Sa tide column, napakadali, no? Meron ka lang 48 times the diameter of ties, yung 16 vertical times the diameter of vertical bars or least dimension, then you choose the lowest value. By the way, lagi natin dito, note, S1 to S2, S3. Choose the lowest value dito. Between S1, S2, and S3. Ayan, yung pinakamaliit. Yun ang kukunin, no? That will govern. Pero dito sa spiral, hindi. We are going to compute it. So, paano natin kinocompute? So, may formal again. Tawagin natin equation 2-A such that S, pag sinimplify natin, since that is the spacing, shall be equal to 4AS multiplied by DC minus quantity DC minus DB all by rho S DC squared. What is AS? So AS technically is the diameter or the area of the spiral. Okay? So kung ano yung ginagamit mong area ng spiral o yung size ng spiral, just take the area of this. So pi over 4 ds squared, yun lang, napakadali, no? For finding the AS. Si DC naman, alam na natin kanina, that is total diameter minus twice the concrete cover, no? And DB is the diameter of the bar, of the main bar, while rho S, meron siyang formula given by NECP. Pag tinignan mamaya, kidit-gilisan niya, hanapin nyo, no? So, ang formula niya is 0.45, okay? Quantity AG over AC minus 1 all over FC multiplied by quantity FC prime over Fy of H. If Fy of H should not be greater than 415. Huwag ka rin lalagpas ng 415, ha? Yung Fy of H. Okay, or grade 60. Okay. Now, if Fy itself is not given, use Fy. Gamitin nyo na lang Fy, ha? Next, so, if we try to simplify this further, alam natin na yung gross area is pi over 4 d squared, the diameter of the spiral, no? All over pi over 4 dc squared, okay? Now, dc squared is the diameter of the core. So, we can simplify this. Maka-cancel out dito yung pi over 4. And then, upon canceling out, ayun nga yung mangyayari sa ating rho S, no? So, the minimum now is that rho S mean shall be equal to 0.45 multiplied by quantity d squared over dc squared minus 1 multiplied by fc prime over Fy of H. Yun. Now, there are two limits. Okay, the limits are it must not be less than 25 millimeter, nor it must be greater than 75 millimeter. Huwag ka raw lalagpas niyan sa dalawa, ha? Or else, use, ganun din, katulad kanina, use the lowest value among the three. S1, S2, and S3. Ganun din, no? Hindi na natin S1 to. This is S1, S2, piliin din yung pinakamaliit na, and S3. Okay? Ganun din ang hindi ko nalalagay, susulat. Next. Nasa beam, naalala nyo, meron tayong steel ratio. Dito rin meron din naman. Ano yung steel ratio? Okay, the steel ratio is that AS is still equal, or rho is equal to AS over AG. So for tide column, ang range niya must be from 0.01 to 0.08. Kung naalala nyo sa singly, tsaka doubly, and one-way, and two-way, meron tayong minimum at tsaka maximum. Ano yung minimum? 1.4 over Fy. Pag maximum naman, 75% of rho B. Dito, ang range niya lang, numerically, meron na sa exact value or shall I say absolute value huwag ka raw bababa ng 0.01 at huwag ka rin dataas ng 0.08. Maliwanag yan, ha? Okay. Ganun din sa spiral, pareha sila, no? And then yung minimum required number of bars, kanina in-explain ko na, for tied column, for 12 mm diameter, minimum yun, ha? Pag sa spiral naman, 6 12 mm diameter. Okay? So 12 mm in diameter above naman yan. If required, no? Okay, meron tayong design problem. Ayan, design muna tayo. How to design spiral and tied column. Okay. I have a problem here. Pakibasa mo nga. Madali lang naman to. Wala nang analysis to, by the way. Yun, libre kayo sa analysis dito, ha? Hindi na tayo mag-analyze dito. Except for eccentrically loaded. May konting analysis ng konti ron, ha? Kaya pag-aralan nyo lang, briefly, yung moment distribution method. Kaya lang, ang gagamitin nyo ng interaction diagram, yung mas medyo madali. Kasi pag pinagamit ko sa inyo yung medyo mahirap-hirap yun eh. Yung isa yung manual solution. Pero bibigyan ko pa rin kayo ng lecture about it. I will share it to you. Okay? So, ang gagamitin nyo lang yung madali na lang approximate method. Ang pag-aralan nyo lang sa susunod na parte, yung how to analyze frame. Di ba tinuro ko sa inyo yan sa MDM? Hello? Sa Turip structure? Okay. So, yun ang pag-aralan nyo, ha? Analysis of frame using MDM. Yung moment distribution method. O, yun lang ang pag-aralan nyo, ha? Okay. Pupunta natin sa eccentrically loaded column. Okay, pakibasa nga. Madali. Ito muna, wala munang analysis to. Madaling-madali to. I hope that you can get as high as 100 in your next examination in LA. Na? Huwag magpabaya sa mga LA class. Okay, pakibasa nga. Ikaw magbasa, Krisa May. Yeah, ikaw, Krisa May. Sige, basa mo. Yeah. Basa rin.
A column is subjected to a dead load of 600 kilonewton and live load of 400 kilonewton. Required design a tied and spiral column based on USD NSCP 2010. Use FC prime is equals to 25 MPa, FY 415 MPa, and concrete cover 40 millimeters. Yun po, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Krisa May Abellanosa. Okay. So, dito, the first step, we are going to compute for the maximum ultimate load, PU. PU muna, no? So, alam naman natin, combination again ng dead load and live load. Kaya gamitin natin yung combination factor. 1.2 of the dead load plus 1.6 of the live load. Yun pa rin naman. Wala naman pinagkaiba, no? And then, ang dead load natin, 600 ang given. And then the live load is 400. Oh, the result is 1,360. Paki-double check nga kung tama. Tama ba? Hello? Is that correct? Is it correct, class? Okay, any question regarding step 1? O, napakadali. Computin nyo lang kung palagi yung ultimate load, ha? Ultimate load of the column. Okay, walang tanong? Question? Hello, Miss Ricky? Okay, wala. Sige. Next, step 2. Yan. Okay. Dito, technically, itong next step, yan. Gamitin natin yung equation 1 muna. Kasi tied column tayo, no? Di-design natin yung tied column. Okay? Either square or rectangular, ha? Tandaan yun, ha? Square or rectangular ang natin dito, ang consideration. Okay? So, in order for us to solve this, or in order for us to design the section muna, parang sa singlet at sa double reinforced, section muna dinidesign natin, di ba? Unahin muna natin yung section. how do we design the section of the column bago susunod dyan yung reinforcement. So unahin natin muna yung section of the tied column, no? Assume natin na square, by the way. So pag square, ang ano niya, kung ang dimension niya the same, yung length at saka width the same, square kasi, no? Okay. Then mag-assume ka raw ng certain value for row na hindi ka lalagpas ng 0.01 to 0.08. Assumption kasi design tayo. Sa beam, ang assumption natin doon, gumamit tayo ng 50% of or to 60% of raw B. Tama, sa single reinforced concrete beam yun. Yun ang ginamit, no? Sa ano naman, sa doble naman, parang inassume niya na kagad ni Date Gilisanya yung raw max. No problem. Yung raw max yata ang in-apply niya, no? Hindi process, no? Para makapag-create tayo ng ng value ng raw. So dito, so in between 0.01 and 0.08, nag-assume tayo ng 0.03. Sa gitna yun, no? In between them, no? Anyway, any values. Huwag lang bababa ng 0.01 hanggang tataas ng 0.08, no? Okay. So assume natin that rho is 0.03. Okay? And then from there, since dalawa yung variable doon sa equation natin, ano yung dalawang variable doon? Yung gross area ng concrete at saka yung AG at saka yung area ng steel AST. Dalawa yung variable, hindi pwedeng magsabay. Wala tayong masosolve dyan. So unahin muna natin yung gross area. Sa concrete muna tayo, no? So meaning to say, from the steel ratio na inassume natin na 0.03, pwede nating sabihin from steel ratio that AST is equal to 0.03 AG. Okay? Cross multiply natin yung AG by 0.03. Okay? Pag cross multiply mo siya, no? And then interchange the equation, the right and left side of the equation. So AST now can be assumed as 0.03 of AG. So para ma-eliminate natin yung AST doon, sabi sa algebra, i-substitute mo raw, elimination by substitution, i-substitute mo raw yung AST na yon doon sa value ng AST sa equation 1. So palitan mo lahat yun, magiging 0.03 of AG na. Okay? Next, from there on, substitute mo ngayon lahat ng mga values. All the values given. Ano yung mga value? Okay, number 1, yung PU. Alam na natin yung PU. Sabihin na natin itong PU max na to, this PU max shall be less than or equal to PU capacity. In design, ha? Sa design yan, ha? Huwag ka raw lalagpas ng PU capacity. Kaya yung PU capacity na yon will be equal to your PU max. Pwede nating assume natin na yun na yung maximum capacity niya for design, no? To determine the minimum required section of the column and then the reinforcement. Okay? So, gamitin natin yung PU capacity formula based on equation 1 for tied column, no? Meaning to say, we have now 1360 times 1,000 shall be equal to 0.65. Ito yung reduction factor. And then another reduction factor of 0.8. Then multiplied by quantity, 0.85 of 25. Bakit 25? That is your FC prime. Then quantity, AG, minus 0.03 AG. Saan nakuha to? Yung 0.03 AG na to. Doon yan. It's the value of AST, di ba? Is 0.03 of AG. And then plus FY, 415 multiplied by AST. And again, pinalitan natin ulit yung AST na yon in terms of 0.03 of AG. Therefore, the result is 79,104.261. Paki-double check kung tama. Kung marunong kayong gumamit ng shift solve, napakadali yan sa calculator, yung programmable. Equation lang yan, no? Transpose nyo lang yung 1360 dun sa other side, magiging negative yun. And then you can now solve for AG, for your X, that is your variable X. If you know how to use the programmable calculator. If not, you do it manually. Okay, add nyo lang yung mga coefficient of AG to the right side of the equation and then to be divided it from 1360 by 1,000. So the result is 79,104. Is that correct? 0.261? Okay, double check. Tama ba?
Tama po.
Okay, good. Ayun, tama raw. O, meron ka ng gross area. Eh kung gumagamit tayo ng square column ang ginagamit, ha? Paki-open yung cam. Ang dami naka-close na cam, oh. Hindi ko alam kung nandiyan pa kayo. Kindly open your cam, everyone. Sige, open cam tayo. Para alam kung nakikinig kayo. Sino ba to? Edriel, John, at saka si Mark. Paki-open lahat, ha? Open cam and all other students. Mark Ian. Leonor yata to, si Leonor. Sige,
Sa kabila po ako naka-open.
sige, okay. Okay, may tanong about AG? May tanong ba? Wala? Wala? Question, come on, reply. Did you get the same result? Hello? Did you? Yes or no?
Yes po.
Okay, good. Sige, thank you. Ngayon, kung square ang gagamitin ko, very simple, di ba? AG is equal to B squared. So just take the square root of AG. So finally, you can solve na for the minimum width, which is 281.255. Paki-double check kung tama. Is that correct, class? Hello? Come on. Oh, ang tagal nyo. Square root lang yan. Take the square root. O raise to 1/2. Bakit ang tagal? Pang elementary yata to, tinuturo na itong square root. Pang grade 1.
Tama po.
Okay, good. Sige, tinuturo na yan sa elementary. Okay. Okay, good. So, i-round up natin. Ay, palagi naman ganun ang istorya, di ba? Always rounding up, not round down, ha? Minimum kasi yan, eh. Oh? Kailangan taasan mo pa ng konti. Okay, next nearest tens units is 290. Okay? By the way, I think, basahin nyo rin sa NACP, 200 yata ang minimum sa column. Yung section ng column, minimum dimension, paki-check nyo lang kung 200, ha? NACP 2010 and 15. Okay, mamaya check nyo, ha? 200 ang nire-required niya yata. Basahin nyo dyan, nandiyan dyan yan eh. Naka-embed yan sa mga ano ng provisions. Okay, we go to the next page. May question kayo about step 2. Ayun, meron na tayong section ng column. Yan ang hinahanap natin, yung section. Napakadali, di ba? Walang masyadong hirap. Hindi katulad sa beam. Matagal bago tayo makapag-create ng section. Okay? Mag-analyze ka pa. Ayan, di ba? To determine MU max. Tapos, you solve it. Okay? Using para makapag-create ka ng section, di ba? Mag-analyze ka. Ito dito, wala na. Okay, tanong. Walang tanong? Hello? Step 2, walang tanong? Before we go to the next page? Please reply para hindi maubos yung oras natin. Walang tanong? Walang sumasagot, ha?
None so far po.
Okay. Sagot. Ayan, may trial section na tayo. Ang trial section natin, therefore, is 290 by 290 mm. Square column kasi. Tapos, computin mo yung actual. The resulting value is 84,100. Paki-double check kung tama. Tama ba? Square of 290. Kunin mo yung actual, ha? Ito na yung actual. Gross area. Is that correct, class? Hello?
Tama po, sir.
Okay, good. Ngayon, mag-assume tayo ng vertical bars. Pwede kang from 12 and above, ha? Pag square, dapat symmetrical yung number, yung bilang. Ano ibig sabihin ng symmetrical? Pwede kang mag-4, divisible by 4, yan, lahat. Every values. Kasi 4 sides yan, dapat pare-parehas, no? All sides. Pag ito square, no? So yung stirrups mo ay yung section mo square, ayun, dapat as much as possible symmetrical yung bakal, number ng bakal sa loob, main bars, no? So all sides dapat symmetrical kahit saan ka pumunta. Halimbawa, 4, starting with 4. So all values divisible by 4. Anong susunod? 8, ayan, symmetrical din yun. 12, okay, ano pa? 16, 20, 24, 28, and so 32, and so on and so forth. So symmetrical sila kasi pag divisible by 4. All sides dapat pare-parehas. Okay? Dito, meron ka akong ginawang parang iba't ibang size. May 16, may 20, 25. So yung AST, kukomputin mo ngayon. How to compute? Alam na natin yung assume natin na ROJ, di ba? 0.03. Then yung actual naman is 84,100. So the result is 2523. Paki-double check kung tama. Erep steel. Tama ba?
Tama po.
Okay, good. Tapos, i-divide mo lang ito, lahat nito, yung area steel na to, sa mga area, no, 16, 20, at saka 25. Ito yung mga lumabas. Merong 12.5, o pwede mong sabihin na, say 12 yun. Merong 8.031, 8 din. Or 5.14, pwedeng 8, or pwede rin 4. Actually, pwede rin 4. Okay, it doesn't matter. Basta mamaya, machi-check naman natin yan, no? So, yun ang mga lumabas. Suppose na ang gagamitin natin is 20 mm diameter bar. Okay? So, it means that we have 8 20 mm diameter vertical bar. Yun ang number of rebars needed, no? Okay? So, compute mo yung area of steel. Actual naman. So, kung walo yung gagamitin mong 20 mm diameter bar, the corresponding value is 800 pi. Or pwede rin naman, multiply mo 800 by pi. Bahala na kayo. Sinimplify na to based on the pi radians. Okay? So, yan yung area of steel required. Actual yan. That is now the actual. Okay? Question, dali. May tanong before we go to the next step? Meron na tayong section ng column at saka meron ng reinforcement. Tapos na, actually. We are done. Na-design na natin, no? Napakadali. Okay? As easy as that. Ngayon, susunod na naman, parang investigation lang or checking. Check natin kung kaya nga based on the design, no? Yun ang pag-investigate na to. Madali lang mag-investigate, no? Okay, there are two possible ways to investigate. Okay? And then yung stirrups, yung lateral ties, di-design din natin. And then after that, yung detailing na. May tanong muna before we move. Question, Nan? Para matapos na tayo nitong finance. Kasi pagkatapos nito, yung interaction ang tuturo ko sa inyo. Tapos application lang ng MDM. Okay? Na tinuro ko rin sa inyo previously, no? Okay. Yun lang pag-aralan nyo. How to analyze frame. Okay? Pag-aralan ulit natin yun, ha? Walang tanong, class? Hello? Question, Nan?
And so far po,
Okay. Yun, good. Then check mo. Una, ano yung check natin? Number 1, yung row actual. Okay? Check mo yung row actual, which is AST over AG pa rin. And it must be, again, should not be greater than 0.08 nor less than 0.01. So 800 pi divided by 84,100. Teka, natatakpan itong ko, no? Anong result? Ay, nawala. Sorry. Wala. Yan. Nakikita nyo ba yung result? Natakpan nung nung picture ko doon sa What is the result? 800 pi over 84,100 is how much? Sige na, banggitin nyo na lang. Anong value? 0.0. Come on.
0.03 po.
3
Or 0.29 kung 3 decimals.
0.029. Okay, sige. Pwede na. So, it is greater than 0.01 and less than 0.08. So, accepted yun. Okay? Accepted yun. Accepted value pa rin, ha? Based on our assumption. Then, from here, substitute mo ngayon yung AST at saka AG in equation 1. To determine this time, ano yung ultimate capacity? Yan na. Based on the actual section ng concrete column mo at saka number of reinforcement. So, if you substitute AG at saka AST in that equation, the result is 1443.898. Paki-double check kung tama. And then compare with your PU supply or PU max. PU max or PU supplied. Pwede. Tama ba? Ito yung PU max na lang. Ito yung ginamit ko kanina. Okay. 1443.898. Paki-double check kung tama.
Tama po.
Tama? Okay, good. Yan, tapos na. Oh, lang kahirap-hirap, di ba? Sana makabawi kayo ng gusto dito, ha? Itong discussion natin for today. Yan. Makabawi kayo ng gusto. Para umangat naman yung ano nyo in the finals, no? Tumaas yung standing. Okay. Okay, question. O, compare mo lang sa PU Max. Ang PU Max natin, yung previously na ginamit natin for design, tingnan natin. Ayun, 1360. Ayun. So, safe ba siya? Kailangan mas malaki tayo, no? Ayun. Technically, it is higher, no? So, it is safe. Okay? Ayan. Therefore, that is for checking with regards to our actual raw and then also the PU capacity or the ultimate capacity of the column based from NECP formula, no? 2010 and 15 for tide column. Tide column to. Actually loaded tide column. Question none. Next. So wala pa kayong tanong, ha? Now, next, i-design din natin yung lateral ties. Ito napakadali, no? Since ang diameter of bar natin is 20 mm, hindi siya lumagpas ng 32. So, anong gagamitin? 10 mm, ha? Para din sa beam to, di ba? Sa stirrups. Although hindi ko pa na-discuss yung stirrups, no? Sa beam, ganun din kasi sa stirrups. Pag 32 and beyond, huwag ka nang gagamit ng 10, kundi 12 na. Okay? So, since 20 ang ginamit nating main bars, okay pa rin siya na 10 mm. So, first value S1. So, si S1 is 48. Okay, lagay natin 48. Equal na lang natin, ha? S1, S2, S3. S1 is equal to 48 times the diameter of bar. The lateral ties pala, sorry. Okay, that is 480. And then S2 is 16 times the diameter of main bar, which is 20 mm. So that is 320 mm. And then finally, the least dimension is 290. So among the three, you always choose the lowest value. So therefore, what will govern is S3, which is 290 mm on center. Ibig sabihin, ito na yung spacing mo ng lateral ties. Okay, paki-double check kung tama. Yung 16 by 20, tsaka 48 by 10. Are they correct?
Tama po.
Okay, so piliin mo yung pinakamababa. 290. Okay, there you are. Tapos. Any question regarding this page? Ano tayo pumunta ng spiral? Diretso na natin sa spiral.
Not yet po.
Okay, wala. Okay, good. O, tapos ano na lang, detailing. The last, ayan, structural detail, no? Ayun. Meron kang 290, okay. Tapos 8 yung bakal mo, no? Then 290 by 290 section. Tapos yung lateral ties naman, space at 290 mm. Tignan din natin yung spacing patulad sa beam. Kailangan merong minimum tie spacing kasi kailangan makapag-provide tayo dahil meron dyan provision. Tingnan nyo na lang dyan. Pag more than, I think, ang S is more than 150, magdagdag ka ng additional stirrups or lateral ties. You need to provide additional ties, no? Okay, lateral ties. Either magdagdag kang pa ganun, yan, ganyan. Pag may mga plano, makikita nyo may additional na yan. Ibig sabihin, masyadong malayo yung distance ng mga bakal. Ang binibigay yata dyan is 150. Paki-double check nyo nga. Hanapin nyo dyan. Yung 150 yata yung minimum required bago ka magdagdag ng additional reinforcement. Pag lumagpas na ng 150, magdagdag ka na additional ties. Okay, malaman natin ngayon how to compute for S. So, tignan natin. Yung spacing ng mga vertical bars mo. 150 ba, Iha? Paki-check mo nga, Panes. Panes, ikaw nga, check mo nga, Iha. Mamaya, i-double check nga natin, Alam ko 150. Pag more than 150, provide additional ties. Meron dyan. Magkakasunod dyan Tingnan nyo dyan. Doon sa spacing ng yung provision for additional ties. Nakita mo, Panes? And all the others, tingnan nyo rin. Nandyan yan. I forgot the page number. Okay, so compute natin si S. Ang section mo, 290. Ang concrete cover is 40 mm, both sides, no? So 2 times 40, minus natin yun. Then, also, teka, kulang yata ito. Ang lateral ties natin ay 10 mm. Teka, kulang. Tapos, minus pa pala natin yung 3 times the diameter of bar. Yun ang kulang. Ulitin ko I-rewrite ko na lang to. I-rewrite ko Parang kulang. Sorry. So, check natin Spacing now, actual, of, in between bars, S is equal to 290 minus, tatlo yung bakal dito. Tatlo, in this side, no? Tatlo yan, no? Equal naman silang lahat. All sides yan, kaya symmetrical, no? Hanggat maaari symmetrical. I would suggest, no? Pag square yung column nyo, symmetrical ang number of reinforcement. So, 290 minus, there are 3 diameter bar with a size of 20 mm diameter. Okay, 320. One side lang muna, Sa isang side to, I'm talking about one side. Tapos then, deduct also yung concrete cover na 40, both sides is 40. Then, the stirrups, so 2 multiplied by 10. And then divided by the total number spacing. So, ang total number of spaces is 2. Now, with that, paki-compute nyo nga, how much will that be? Tapos, compare na muna natin sa minimum required. Huwag ka rin bababaan itong spacing na to. Minimum.
$65 po.
65, ayun. Ito, this one is the minimum required. Atong minimum required spacing coming again from NSCP 2010, ha? Magkaroon bababa nito. Bakit kailangan wag bababa nito? Kasi nga baka mamaya makongest yung mga bakal. Pag hindi nagdikit-dikit yan, baka hindi na makapasok yung concrete. Yun ang importante rito. Usually ginagamit natin 3/4 sa beams and columns. 3/4 ang size ng gravel, no? So kailangan makapenetrate kumbaga sa mabalutan. Hindi pwedeng hindi mababalutan. Kung merong voids yan or gap, magiging unpowder yung yung structure mo, structural component mo, such as columns and beams. Kaya yan ang iniiwasan natin. Therefore, ang minimum required, kung 65 mm to, i-compare mo siya sa minimum required from the code. Sabi na, it must be not less than 1.5 times the diameter of bar. So, ang diameter of bar natin is 20. So, it is 30, no? Nor, it must be not less than 20 mm or size of gravel is 3/4, Huwag ka rin bababa dyan, between the two, no? So, okay naman siya sa 1.5 of the diameter of bar at saka yung 20 mm. So, okay siya. Therefore, accepted. Hindi na natin kailangan siyang i-bundle, no? Kasi some cases, kailangan i-bundle mo or you have to redesign your size of your reinforcement. Okay, maliwanag yun. Ngayon, meron akong code dyan na pag more than 150 naman, pag lumagpas ka na ng 150 yata, kailangan mag-provide ka ng additional ties. Magiging dalawa na. Dalawa na yung lalagay mo. Sa construction, nangyayari yan. Makikita nyo pag umikot kayo ng mga construction project, no? Pag naglalagay sila ng anilyo or bakit magtataka kayo, bakit dalawa? Ayun nga, kasi baka malayo na yung distance between the reinforcement of each particular column. So, ang nangyayari tuloy, nagpo-provide ng additional ties. Okay, maliwanag ha? Okay, 150 yata. Pag more than 150, paki-double check. Now, with that, I'm closing the discussion for tide column. Pupunta tayo sa spiral. Okay, may question, Nan? Para matapos kagad tayo. Para next week, hopefully, magkaroon na kayo ng investigation, tapos exam na, mga susunod. Tapos interaction diagram. Tapos na. And then, application lang yung MDM. Pag-aralan nyo lang MDM for column. How to apply MDM. Pero ang gagamitin natin, approximate lang. Approximate method to analyze the ultimate load capacity using Brayser equation. At maghahanap kayo ng mga interaction diagram. Madali naman yan. Paghanap ng interaction diagram. Mag-locate lang kayo sa mga Google, ACI, interaction diagram ang gagamitin natin. Ha? Okay, question, Nan? Hello? Wala na? Walang tanong? Come on.
Sir, question lang po regarding sa mga activity.
Yes.
Sir, are we allowed po na, let's say, dalawa yung version ng answers?
Anong what do you mean dalawang version?
Let's say, hindi ka po confident sa pagsagot mo, dalawang method yung gagamitin mo na solutions to be sure kung makukuha mo yung answer. Is that alright po?
Kung ano yung tinuro ko, yun ang gagamitin nyo.
Sige po. Thank you.
Okay. Pag hindi ko tinuro, huwag nyo gamitin. Okay? Sige.
Yes po. Thank you.
Basta yung tinuro ko lang. Okay. Okay. So yun, tapos na tayo. And then dito na sa spiral, ganun din. Ang mababago lang naman dito sa spiral, okay, technically, the same process. Yung PU, still the same. 1360 rin, hindi na magbabago yung step 1. And then step 2, ayun, baguhin nyo lang yung 0.75 na P, tapos yung reduction factor from 0.8 sa tide column, magiging 0.85. So, in the same manner, ang rho G pa rin is assumed as 0.03. So, lumabas siya, 8 AG is equal to 64,524.26 millimeter squared. O, paki-double check niyo muna. So, yun na nagbago lang. Double check kung tama. Same assumption for rho G. Okay, PU still the same. Binago lang yung P na 0.75 at saka yung reduction factor na increasing from 0.8 to 0.85. Okay, is that correct? 64,524. Para mabilis tayo. Tapos na natin.
Tama po.
Okay, good. Ayan, tapos na. So, tapos, area of circle, di ba? Pi over 4d squared. So, get the area. Oh, and then take the square root of 64,524.26 multiplied by 4 divided by pi. Oh, the result is 286.627. Double check. Tama?
Tama po, sir.
Okay, i-round up ulit to the next nearest tens, 290. Pwede bang 300? Pwede. Pwede bang 310? Pwede. Bahala kayo. Basta wag lang wag lang bababa ng 286. Okay? Sa design naman to walang problema sa design. And then from there on, ayun, you compute also for the actual. Kung 290 na, the-round up mo, so the resulting area, gross, actual, 66,051.986. Tapos, ayun, meron na kagad. Oh, ano sagot? How much? Tama ba?
Tama po yan, sir.
Okay, and then compute mo lang yung area of steel. O alam natin, rho G is 0.03. Okay, then AG actual. O ilan to? Multiplied by 66,051.986 again. So how much is the required area of steel? Minimum required area of steel. Compute nyo nga. Puko muna Pahinga ko muna Sige lang, sige. Babalik ka? Sige, okay. O, ilan? Come on, make it fast. Bilisan nyo. May kausap lang ako. Dali.
Ano po? 1,981.
1,000. Ilan? 1,981.
981.560.
5.
560.
Okay. Oh, good. Tama ba siya? Hello? Is that correct? Tama ba? Hello? Tama ba? Walang sumasagot. How about the others?
Yes po.
Okay, good. Tapos determine mo lang yung number of reinforcement by dividing it by the area. Assume natin na 20 millimeter ulit ang gagamitin. O ilan tong lalabas na to? Ilan tong 20 millimeter diameter bar na to? Divided by pi over 4 by 20 squared. O, paki-compute nyo. How much? Sige, divide by the area of 20 millimeter diameter bar. Oh. Hello, make it pass para matapos na tayo. Yan ilan?
0.3942.
Pakita ko. Yung 4, tataas yun, ha? Tapos yung pi, divided by pi 20 squared. Aakyat yung 4. Divided by 4 yun, eh. Pi over 4. Parenthesize nga natin. Yun. Yan. Pi over 4, eh. So 4 will bring up 4 doon sa numerator. Multiply it by 1981 divided by pi by 20 squared.
6.330.
Ilan?
6.307.
307. Okay. So, ito pwede mo namang i-round down or round up to yung sa number of bars. Okay, pwede mong i-round up, maging 7 siya. Okay, 6 na rin, no? Yung round down, no problem. So, it can be also expressed as 6 20 millimeter diameter bar. Ni-round down ko, pwede naman. Pag sa bakal, ha? Para hindi ko nabaguhin yung computation na susunod. Okay? Yan. So, round up or round down, no problem with the rebars. As long na hindi siya bababa ng 0.01 at saka 0.08. Okay? Maliwanag, ha? So, ito yung minimum required. Actually, kailangan at least 6 bakal of any size, no? Kailangan sa spiral, ha? Okay. Ngayon, checking na tayo. O, check natin. Madali na para matapos. Okay. So, compute mo ulit yung AS actual. So, 6 multiplied by pi over 4, 20 squared. The result is 600 pi. Then, if you divide it by the gross area of the spiral is 66,051.986. The result is 0.0285. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin siya lumagpas ng 0.08 nor below 0.01. Okay siya. Okay? Basta nasa boundary palagi yung range. Kaya pwede yung bakal, pwedeng i-round down or round up. Okay? Not for the concrete. Dapat yung concrete, at much as possible, I would suggest, round up nyo na lang. Okay? Then from there, makompute mo ulit yung PU capacity by substituting its actual gross area and actual area of steel. Okay? So the result is 1367.951 kilonewton. Meaning to say, it is still greater than PU supplied. By the way, don't forget to divide it by 1,000. Ha? Kasi newtons yun eh. Oh. Yung nasa numerator na yun, no? From NECP formula equation 2 for spiral column. So safe siya. Okay? Paki-double check kung tama. 1367.951. Tama ba? Make it pass para matapos tayo.
Tama po.
Okay, good. So with that, ayan, na-compute na natin. We found out that they are correct. So this time, design na lang natin ngayon yung spiral. Ayan. Spiral pa rin ang tawag doon, ha? Yung ties, ha? So, since we are using 20 millimeter diameter bar, ang size ng spiral should be 10. Una muna, computein muna natin si Romin. Ito na yung simplified formula, no? From equation 2 thus B. That Romin is equal to 0.45 multiplied by gross area, AG, 290 squared, or D squared pala, sorry, D squared, okay, all over DC squared, which is 210. Saan nanggaling yung 210? Kasi nga, yung diameter natin, the diameter of the spiral is 290 minus twice the concrete cover. Ang concrete cover natin is 40. So 290 minus 80 is 210. Equal yun, no? Ayun. So D minus twice the concrete cover. Kaya ang DC natin is 210 millimeter. Ang 40 millimeter, given yun, di ba, sa problem, concrete cover yun. Parang sa beam, no? Minimum concrete cover. And then multiply it by, so 290, Romin is 0.45 of D squared over DC squared minus 1, multiplied by FC prime over Fy of H. Since Fy of H is not given, so you might as well use 415 Fy, no? And FC prime is 25. So substitute mo lang yung lahat ng value. So yung D natin, D squared is 290 squared. DC squared is 210. Then minus 1 multiplied by, quantify it, then multiplied by 0.45 and FC prime is 25. While Fy, huwag ka lalagpas ng 415. Wala namang given ng Fy of H. So use Fy is 415. So the result, 0.0246. Paki-double check kung tama. Tama ba?
Tama po.
Okay, good. Ayan na, meron na tayong value, no? 0.0246. Ngayon, compute mo na lang yung S. Ayan. So from the formula, the S required now, S1. Magawin natin S1 na rin to. S1, first solution. Then S2. S3. Ay, sorry. Iba pala ito. Wag nang pala lalagpas. Hindi pala pwedeng apply ang S1, S2 dito. So, S2, S3. Kailangan yung S1 and S2 must be in between 25 at saka 75. Lagay ko na lang yung ano, sign value niya. Must not be less than. Hindi pala pwede rito. S1 lang pala to. Or yung S. So to solve na for S, okay, ang formula na ginamit is 4AS multiplied by quantity DC minus DB all over DB. What is that formula? Natakpan ulit. For spiral. Ayun. Ayun, 4AS multiplied by quantity DC minus DB all over rho S or rho minimum multiplied by DC squared. Ayun. And S must not be greater than 75 nor less than 25. Ayun, okay? Okay, so rho SDC squared. Ngayon, pag sinubstitute natin, the resulting value is 55.021. Paki-double check kung tama. Tama ba? 55.021.
Tama po.
Okay, you can round this down. Pwede mo siyang i-round down. Okay? To the next 5 or 10 units. Bahala ka na. In actual practice yun, ha? So, 55 na. Pwede nating sabihin 55. Then, compare mo si 55 sa 25 at saka 75. Meaning to say, hindi siya bumaba ng 25 at hindi rin lumagpas ng 75. Therefore, use S is equal to 55 millimeter. Ayun. That will end our design for short axially loaded tied and spiral column. Okay? And then finally, structural detailing na lang. Ayun na. Okay? So, any question from the class? That ends my presentation for all of you. We will continue next week with our investigation and then interaction diagram. Tuturo ko na rin. Tapos hopefully, para matapos tayo kagad. And then susunod na meetings na lang natin, puro mga assessment na. Okay? Any questions so far? Question, none? Investigation muna tayo. Madali lang naman investigation. Tapos punta na tayo sa interaction diagram. Okay, question, none, class?
None po, sir.
Okay, so no problem. Ayan na, kung wala na kayong tanong. Ayan na. Susunod na natin itong investigation of axially loaded column. Dali lang naman ito.
Sir, pasend po ng PDF sa GC.
Yeah, so send it out. I will send it to you. All of this, I will sending it to you. Ito na. Sige, investigation na kada. Tapusin na natin. May oras pa. Kunti na lang to. Tapusin na natin para next week. Puro ano naman, interaction diagram na. Tsaka MDM. Yun ang pag-aralan lang natin. Recall lang natin yung MDM natin, ha? Para may analysis tayo. Okay? Sige. Pakibasa mo nga, Iha. Investigation. May time pa naman tayo. Tapusin na natin. Ikaw na magbasa, ano? Kurt Sakari,
Zachary, sir.
Sakari, sige. Basahin mo nga.
A 400mm by 600mm axially loaded RC tie column is subjected to a dead load of 1,000 kN as shown.
Sige, go ahead.
Max live load it can carry based on NSCP 2010 method. Use FC prime 28 MPa, FY 276 MVA, and concrete cover of 40 mm.
Ito, madali lang to. Napakadali. Sisiw to. Investigation lang. Hinahanap lang dito yung live load, di ba? Okay. So, you want me to refresh? O okay na sa inyo? Wag na. I-refresh ko pa ba? Ulitin natin? What do you
Yes
want?
po.
Ulitin. Sige. Napakadali lang naman to. I-refresh daw. Sa investigation, given naman lahat, wala na tayong hahanapin pa rito, kundi yung live load lang. Either naman comparative analysis o just determine the live load or the dead load. Yun lang naman palagi investigation, di ba? To check whether it is adequate or not. Compare mo lang si PU cap do sa PU max tapos. Okay pag hinahanap si live load o dead load, gawa ka na equation. O, tignan natin ha. So, in the solution process now, okay, we're looking for the maximum live load. Okay, how do we determine the maximum live load? So the first consideration is to yung ultimate maximum based from the ultimate maximum live load muna hanapin natin. What is the ultimate maximum load? Okay. Or PU max. So PU max, alam natin by factor is 1.2 of the dead load. O, anong dead load natin? Given naman yata yung dead load. 1,000. Ang hinahanap, live load, di ba? By 1,000. Then, plus 1.6 of the live load. This is our unknown. And it must be less than or equal to PU capacity. Yan, dapat, ha? Huwag ka rin tataas dyan. To be sure, no? For investigation, no? So, if I will try to simplify this, meaning to say, ang live load natin in terms of the PU capacity now, okay, so live load now is equal to PU capacity, if I will equate it to PU capacity, minus 1,200, tama? 1.2 by 1,000, all over the coefficient factor ng live load, which is 1.6. So, dito meron tayong dalawang unknowns. Tawagin natin itong equation 1, no? Okay, we call this equation 1. Okay, wherein there are two variables. Yung live load na unknown, tapos yung PU capacity. So, paano natin mararaman yung PU capacity? Gagamitin natin
Sir?
ngayon yung...
Nawala
Yeah.
po yung share screen.
Ano wala? Hindi, lasing ka muna. Wala siya, sorry. Ayan, okay? Can you see it now?
Yes po.
Hello? Okay, yan. So, live load ang hinahanap. Para ditong dating problem natin, meron akong binigay na problem na ganito. Sa beam and slabs, di ba? Yung investigation natin doon, na hinahanap din yung live load. So, this time, in terms of the PU capacity now, ang consideration natin, no? Kasi sa column to, no? So, hanapin natin ngayon yung PU capacity. So, the ultimate load capacity of the column. What is the ultimate load capacity of the column? Okay, therefore, from equation 1, di ba? Gamitin natin yung equation 1. From equation 1, okay, sabi niya, PU capacity is equal to 0.65 multiplied by 0.8 sa tide column to, hindi spiral multiplied by 0.85 of FC prime. Anong given na FC prime? 28, okay? Okay, then multiplied by the net area, gross minus the area of steel. Ang gross area natin, rectangular itong given, hindi square. So no problem, kahit square or rectangle yan. Basta computing mo lang yung area niya. Area of rectangle is 400 by 600. 400 by 600. Okay. Then minus natin yung total area of steel. To determine the total area of steel, meron daw siyang 10, 20 mm diameter vertical bars. Ayun. So minus, pwede mong separate yung computation ng AG tsaka EST. Dito dinaretso ko na. 10 multiplied by pi over 4 by 20 squared. Ayan. Okay? Okay. Bracketed sign pala. Tama, yan. Okay. Then, plus, add lang natin yung area ng steel multiplied by Fy. Area of steel again is 10 by pi over 4 by 20 squared. Then Fy. Ano yung given na Fy? Steel yields 276 megapascal. Okay, then divided by 1,000. O to, nandali, makukompute na natin yung PU capacity. Okay, please compute. Give me the answer. How much? Compute, everyone. Make it fast, dali. Okay, so that we can finish, meron pa akong kausap. Come on. May next class pa ako. Hello.
Ano po, sir? 3382.
3382.241.
241. Opo.
Okay, good. Thank you. Ayun. So this will now be substituted in our substitute PU cap in equation 1. Okay, therefore, live load now is 3382.41 minus 1,200 and then simply divided by 1.6. O napakadali, di ba? Then with that, you can now have the value for live load. Tapos. As easy as that. Okay, how much? Tama ba yung 3382? How about the others? Tama ba siya?
Yes po.
Okay, good. Oh, divide nyo na. Substitute pala. Divided by 1.6. Yun na. So, yun na yung live load niya. Ngayon, pwede rin naman, based on what we call, tawag dito, investigation, checking lang. Walang kahirap-hirap. Okay, come on. So next week, sa tayo, interaction diagram, tsaka yung moment distribution method. Paki-review nyo na lang, ha? MDM. Simple frame lang naman gagamitin natin. Okay? Simple frame. Okay, make it pass.
Ano po sagot? 1363.
1363.901.
901.
How about the others? Did you get the same result?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That gives us now the final answer. And that ends my presentation to you and lecture for the design and analysis of reinforced axially loaded tied and spiral reinforced concrete column. Okay? Any question from the class? Napakadali. Question none? So wait for your LA. Bibigay ko na kagad yung LA para magawa nyo na kagad. Kung may LA na kagad na bibigay sa inyo, no? And then, hopefully, matapos ko rin yung susunod na, no? Para mga susunod na ano natin na, puro exams na yon. Okay? Question from the class. If we still have time, sabi ko nga, I might as well introduce, tuturo ko lang bahagya yung yung design for shear. How to design stirrups. Okay? A question from the class, none? Wala? Hello?